Hey guys, just figured I'd make a video because fuck it, why waste a new haircut? I went in to see my buddy's girlfriend. She hooked me up, looks good, so she always does a good job. But I'm like, fuck it, might as well do a video. I did legs today, and I get asked a lot because I say all the time that I don't train heavy. And then I had my coach and trainer ask me recently why I say that because I lift fairly heavy. I guess I should specify. I do not lift heavy compared to powerlifters or good bodybuilders. I lift heavy compared to a normal person, but I also don't lift outside of my contraction range. So, like, if I can squat 405, but I don't feel it contract in my quads, I don't squat it. I don't see the point for myself. There are some people who grow really well either way. I'm not one of them. But for me, contraction is key. Contraction and form are like my biggest things. And anyone who's trained with me will know is you do a full stretch in every negative and you go full hard pump, contracting the shit out of it on every rep. I don't do any of this. We're just getting the weight up. That's powerlifting. That's not bodybuilding. And it's one of the reasons I always tell people, and myself, I pose year round because it builds a mind muscle connection. And the better your mind muscle connection for posing, you get a better workout. And the better your workout mind muscle connection gets, the better your posing gets. You can't really practice posing, 6 weeks out of the year and expect to be able to perform on stage. But even if you're not competing, it's a great idea because you can actually train your body better. It's one of the things I kind of learned on accident. Because doing my first show, they told me my back and my chest were my weakest areas. That's what the judges told me. So I focused on those two things for an entire year. That was it. I started off doing like little things like I did Arnold Schwarzenegger's program. I went in and did pull-ups every single day. Every single day until I couldn't lift my body up anymore before I started my workout. And that did great things for my lats. I mean, that was fucking phenomenal. But I would stretch between sets. I try to stretch while I'm lifting and things like that. But one of the main things that I do is when I'm working on a muscle, I am literally mentally in there the entire time. Like when I was doing legs today, when I'm pumping on the prone leg curl or something like that, I am feeling and squeezing every contraction and feeling every stretch and making sure that I'm focusing on where I'm feeling that in the muscle. That allows me to train more effectively. Now, I think that that's key. There are people who disagree with me, but I think that is the biggest thing missing from most people's programs. Most people just, like when we get to calves, they just don't do it right. No one gives a shit if you can bounce 300 pounds off on your calves. It doesn't make you grow. I used to squat heavier, and I got less development than I do now by using proper slow tensioned form. I grow doing that. Now, if you can lift heavy and do that, do that. You'll absolutely get better results if you can do the same contraction with more weight. My problem is like myself included, like sometimes you get that cocky momentum going when you're lifting heavy, like I did 2 weeks ago on back day. I was just going heavy, I was going hard, and I noticed when I went to do my single arm rows, I do them on a cable, that when I went up to a certain weight, I wasn't contracting as hard. I still got the weight back just fine for reps, but I wasn't feeling that hardcore contraction I get every other time. So I dropped the weight back down because bodybuilding isn't about an ego. Like no one asks us on stage how much we bench. I've never been asked that in my life at a bodybuilding show. That's for powerlifting. So take that to heart a little bit, guys. Just really work on your form and your contraction, because I don't know anyone who does well in this sport who doesn't really use proper form. Like you'll see like the big guys and all that, and they're throwing around weight and they're grunting. Pay attention. I'll bet you 100% they're on perfect form. You can watch these guys go and their form is just dialed. Now they lift heavy because they got their form dialed and then the weight went up because they had their lifting the structure down. You take your squat, like if you don't squat correctly, you'll gain little bits of strength, but you see someone who is squatting heavy, like over 600 pounds, if they're a big guy, or even some of the guys I know who competed like the 165 range, who go like for 365 for reps, like they're using perfect form or damn near, and they're always working on it. Like just using proper form and contraction will get you so much more out of your workouts. And maybe I'm just lazy, but I didn't get into the sport to work twice as hard for half the results. So, just thought for the day, guys. Have a wonderful night. Peace.